What if Vegeta, not Goku, was the first to achieve true Ultra Ego? Now imagine a world where the Prince of Saiyans, fueled by his unparalleled pride and destructive will, unlocked this ultimate form before his rival Son Goku did. Now how would this shift the power balance in Dragon Ball? And do you think it would actually redefine their legendary dynamic, or would it reshape the entire Dragon Ball universe as we know it? This is a reality where Vegeta reigns supreme. Let's get into it. Training under Lord Beerus before Son Goku would have the opportunity to do so. And this is what would give Vegeta the advantage and the opportunity to actually surpass Goku in power and strength. Now, as I was talking about earlier, how would Beerus actually perceive Vegeta's changes in this way? And would he actually look at Vegeta as a legitimate successor for the God of Destruction role? We know in the anime and the manga has considered Vegeta for that God of Destruction role. I don't know really how Beerus thinks in regards to Vegeta and Goku. Ultimately, I think he would trust in Vegeta to get the job done with his new sense of confidence and whatnot, but we still don't know for sure. Now, how would Goku's reaction be to essentially being the outclassed warrior in a dynamic where he's usually not outclassed by Vegeta too often, but in this alternate timeline, he would be on the lesser of the two? Earlier confrontations, even battles that Vegeta and Goku would have with Granola, or even an eventual battle with Black Frieza, would unfold much differently had Vegeta been on this path from the beginning, as opposed to tapping into Ultra Ego well into his 40s or 50s as a Saiyan, currently where we are in Dragon Ball's timeline. So you look at an altered fate, right? Goku's path is now affected because Vegeta's doing something entirely different. And what is Goku's response? What is the path that he then pursues in order to essentially attain Ultra Instinct, or even maybe an alternative divine power to Ultra Instinct? Would then, as Universe 7's new protector, Vegeta has the opportunity to be the dominant force in that dynamic, handling the threats with better efficiency, fewer drawn out battles that we've seen with Son Goku in the anime. I'm rewatching Dragon Ball Z as we speak, and it's like, if Vegeta's arrogance was not poorly placed during the earlier segments, or I should say the earlier sagas and moments of Dragon Ball Z, he would have, I think, been in a position to win out some of those battles had he actually had a decisive plan. His arrogance really hurt the Z Fighters quite a bit, and at the same time, Goku's naivety that we talk about also put the Z Fighters in a very tough spot. You have that ripple effect on allies and enemies that we see. So then how would that affect characters like Broly and Jiren, even Majin Buu, if, again, Vegeta's on this path of Ultra Ego well before Dragon Ball Super, well before the end of the Buu saga, okay? This is going to bring a burden of unrivaled power onto Vegeta, something I think he would be capable of doing, but his philosophical approach to it, how would he grapple the temptation of having pure destruction in one hand and knowing that on the other, he has a sense of responsibility being a successor to a God of Destruction? That's not a light thing that Vegeta would take in this context. If he's training directly under Lord Beerus, which we would presume is from what, the Saiyan saga and onwards, that's a long time, right? You look at his personal relationships as well, how his new heightened power and confidence might affect his relationship with Bulma and Trunks. He may turn into a Goku in that dynamic where they never see him. Right? That's a possibility. And then would we still be acting as a guide for Vegeta, or would he be more focused on treating Vegeta as a student like he did and still technically does with Lord Beerus? And this all culminates in my conclusion here in the future of the divinity that Vegeta would be undergoing. New transformations would obviously be about, and what comes after mastering Ultra Ego. Vegeta gets to that point, presumably where we saw it in the manga. And then is there something else he can combine onto it? His own version of a Kaioken technique. I've talked about wanting to see that in Vegeta for, years now. And I'm told I'm not the only one. Goku was able to learn Kaioken. Why can't Vegeta learn a similar technique? How does this dynamic affect his rivalry with Son Goku, with Goku pursuing Ultra Instinct in a completely different path compared to what we've seen in canon manga and anime content, and Vegeta, of course, going about Ultra Ego from the beginning of the Saiyan saga? I think at the end of the day, because Vegeta would have to grow with a sense of responsibility even bigger than what he's had, I think, in the canon content of Dragon Ball's universe, I think he would be a more efficient fighter. I think he would be a more efficient god of destruction, even potentially than Lord Beerus at some point, because Vegeta's not going to be wowed or distracted by minor or little things. He's going to be very business when it comes to deciding what lives, what stays, or what goes under his universe's control. So I think Vegeta taking Ultra Ego on from the Saiyan saga would have actually really put everything in Dragon Ball completely in a different spot. There would be still some similarities. You would still see some candle flickers of things that you remember from the canon content, but I still think the trajectory of how the sagas would play out, from the Saiyan saga to the Namek saga, instead of Goku going Super Saiyan, it's Vegeta, most likely, right? Just everything plays out so differently. I really would like to see something like that, where Vegeta can actually be the focus because Goku is doing something else elsewhere. And it feels like the last time Vegeta really had that time was the Buu saga, arguably, right? And then before that, maybe a quick stint in the Cell saga before he kind of messed that up as well. So it's interesting. I'm curious what you guys would have to say about this and whether or not you think it would be better for his character or for worse. Let me know in the comment section below. Take it from there. As always, appreciate your love and support on the channel. If you guys have any topics or ideas you want me to discuss, please let me know in the comment section below. That's really what I want to hear from you guys. If you don't have much to say in regards to a topic like this one today, that's completely cool. But if you have something on your mind, you wouldn't mind me turning into a discussion and seeing if others have an opinion about it, that is what we're here for. And I can get that done for you within 1 to 2 weeks. But yeah, the sooner you guys can get those in, the better. And you'll get a free shout out, as I always do. So appreciate you guys' love and support. As always, stay tough, stay strong, stay in the fight. I'm there with you all the way, brother. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.